Look alive, Fringers.
It's 2099 and we are live and loud in the underground. From the streets to the scar. Keep your chip hidden, your gun loaded, and never trade your soul for souls.
Turn it up and let them know.
Big Brother is watching. Time to put on a show.
Hello, Fringers. Howdy, Pirates and Lost Boys. Welcome to episode 6 of Neon Trails, an Identico actual play. I'm your game runner, the Caleb G. Let's say hello to our wonderful cast. First off, he's had an apostrophe. It's Mallo playing Galen.
I've had an apostrophe. Yar. Yar, I say.
Lightning has just struck your brain.
Probably.
Me, I think you mean an epiphany.
Next up, she has ridden the back of the wind. It is Wild playing B.
Are you sure he didn't have a you googly instead?
They definitely look. It was definitely for ants. 100%. It was
Good.
built for ants.
Was built for ants.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
And he's ever so much more than 20. It's Pete playing Dog.
Mountain Dew's a food group, baby.
He won't make it much past 20. Firefly from Hell. It's Lauren playing Drall.
Hello.
Turn those mics up.
Good evening. Good evening. Gotcha.
And a lewd, crude, rude back of pre-chewed food dude. It is Ethan playing
Can I
Mox.
be the dude who gets put in the boo box? Because that part gave me nightmares when I was a kid, and I think I need to face that trauma.
Yes, you can be Meryl Streep in Pirate Cup.
Yes! I love that you know that was Meryl Streep.
Of course it was. And George Lucas and Carrie Fisher were the ones making out on the bridge that flew away. Welcome to Hook Talk. We're not going to play a game tonight. Let's talk about Hook.
It's such a good movie.
It really is. But we do have some housekeeping to get to. Identico is live every Tuesday here on twitch.tv/Identico. We're alternating games of Chaos Incorporated and Neon Trails every week at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. You can see episodes archived and how to play videos over on youtube.com/Identico. Be sure to subscribe, like, and leave us some comments such as your favorite pretend food to be at dinner with the Lost Boys. Follow us on the socials for announcements and news. Exactly. Be sure to share, though, and send over the Bobo. Look for us at Identico and at Humanoid Games at whatever social media platforms may exist at the time of you hearing this. Visit playidentico.com where you can read the basic rules for free, find our latest adventure, The Good Doctor, and pick up books, stickers, and other merchandise such as a GM screen? Maybe?
Not maybe. It is available for order now. Along with The Good Doctor imprint as well.
It does exist.
It
So
does
pretty.
exist.
Neat.
And thank you to everybody who's already ordered theirs today. Yours went out into the mail because you caught me right before I left to do errands and stuff like that. So you want to be one of the first ones to get them. It'd be fantastic.
Nice. If you're live with us right now, be sure to spend those channel points to give us some rerolls. The team is not in any danger. Totally normal thing to say, but they might need those rerolls. And don't forget to check out our show affiliate, Greenleaf Geek, for some cool dice. Mallo, I think you might have something new to roll with tonight.
I do. I have fancy new Greenleaf Geek dice that just came in earlier this week. So thank you to our sponsors for that. Yeah. They are beautiful, and they so far have not rolled a single one in my testing, so that is automatically an upgrade. Now I say that, and I'm gonna roll like 51s tonight.
Knock on wood, baby. Knock on wood.
It's role play time, baby.
It's just going to be a role play episode. Don't worry about it. But I think there is another reminder for everybody. It is September, right?
It is September, so you get 30% off all your new subscriptions. And if you have a Prime subscription, go ahead and throw it down there. We had a hype train to start the night. We appreciate that for everybody who's live. But spend Amazon's money in Prime subs. You get one for free anyway. Spend Jeff's money. It's fine.
He doesn't need it.
Yeah.
He doesn't need it.
He really doesn't. Well, speaking of terrible corpse doing terrible things to the world, let's talk about what happened last week not 2 weeks ago on Neon Trails. After some negotiating, the crew makes a deal with Mercury to hand over the mysterious package for a resupply, some information, and safe passage through Dust Jockey territory. There is some concern over what will happen to the crew for not completing the job they just accepted, but that is a problem for another time. They are given freedom to explore the underground facility and do their best to figure out what's really going on. Drall checks out the facility map and determines that there are some secret areas clearly being hidden from them. Galen, B, and Mox headed to the cafeteria. Along the way, they noticed that the facility staff are not being forced to work, but they are under constant surveillance. Dog got super lost and stumbled into a massive workshop building drones, rovers, vehicles, and probably much more. Dog also met Janice Turman, the cybered out lady from their Surface performance for the DJs. She's now acting totally differently and has a cool, casual conversation with Dog. She tells him there's no danger, which is a totally normal thing to say. They enter the cafeteria, and Janice chats with the rest of the crew before excusing herself for dinner. The crew decides to head back to the Winnebago and check it out for any sabotage or surveillance gear. And that is exactly where we're going to pick up, because everyone made some fantastic rolls a couple weeks ago, and we're going to see what's happening with them right now. So, Mox was checking out the Winnebago with some electronics. And then Dog and B were teaming up with some engineering checks. So the three of you, while you're kind of doing separate things, end up kind of stumbling along the same path of discovery. So the three of you together find two things. One of them is a tracer. It's a very classic, obvious, this is a tracking device kind of thing. The second, Mox over here, the second thing you find is a transponder. And this is, it's inactive right now, but with your combined checks and you find it and you kind of noodle over it a little bit, you realize that this is something that is designed to project a code so that the other dust jockeys on the surface know who you are and don't attack you. It's basically marking the Winnebago as an approved dust jockey vehicle.
That he will not mess with at all.
Sure.
Mox would like to, upon noticing the tracer, however, I'll go turn the volume up, as Roundabout by Yes gets a little bit louder, and just kind of call the others over and just inform about the tracer.
Galen will kind of saunter up to it and kind of look at it and
be cool. Don't be so obvious. You know, you can't look at it head on. You know, look over here.
He'll kind of turn away, like you know how like pitchers on the mound, kind of like put their hand over their thing like this. So, you can't read lips and stuff like that. I'll kind of do one of those things while leaning into Mox and go, and just ask, like, is it just tracking generally, or can we tell where this is going, or...
We turn it off.
So, Mox, with your check and kind of the helping hands from Dog and Bee, you see that this is a pretty standard tracking device. You don't know like where it is connected to, where it is broadcasting to. You don't know the recipient, but it seems to be like it seems to just be 100% standard, off the shelf kind of thing.
Well, despite all of their fancy technology, they didn't seem to put much effort into the tracker. Kind of standard, Radio Shack version over here.
Yeah, Radio Shack is back. Okay, we've established this.
Back again.
And
Tell your friends. Tell your friends.
So I think I should be able to, deactivate it, but maybe we shouldn't do that yet. Since we're still here and they could probably tell we deactivated it.
You are still in the garage.
I do have a suspicion that maybe if they made this one so easy to find, that there might be a different one.
It's a decoy one, huh?
It's one of them redfishes. It's a heron.
Was it pretty easy to locate, or do I feel like I'm proud of myself for noticing it?
You did good, though.
It was.
This is what I need. Thank you, dog.
It was not easy to locate, but it is 100% off the shelf standard, like Tracer X brand. Like anybody can go to the store and buy this kind of thing, which you immediately are suspicious of because nothing in this facility is standard.
Just
Yeah,
as
they
like
make everything.
just as an alternative idea. Maybe this had been on here for a little while. Maybe someone's been tracking you for a little bit. When the last time you gave this a thorough look over, eh?
It's been about a week.
Possible.
Possible.
Probably not. You're probably right, B. Probably something else. Maybe when we get back to Solace, a more thorough inspection is in order.
We may want to make a pit stop before Solace just to see what we can find. I don't know about them finding out where we live.
I like that idea. I
got
suspect they
valuable
probably
stuff.
know about Solace as it is. There's a good
That's
chance
true.
that they know and have maybe even done some dealings in there and come and go, and we wouldn't even know about it. But I say we don't make a beeline back to Solace.
More like a dog line. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll dog leg back.
Yeah.
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 And and it's just Dog and Galen furiously nodding heads.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, Galen, you had also been giving the Winnebago a once over. This is your vehicle. You've driven it forever. You know every inch of her inside and out. You were distracted a little bit from your search with this whole tracer, tracker, transponder thing that was found. You find your way back to where you left off. Nothing's jumping out at you.
Okay.
So, and that bugs you. It bugs you that you're not finding something. Like you're not sure if you're just missing it because you're distracted and you're tired. You've got money on more things being done to your car, So you're a little bit upset. So you go up into the cockpit, you take a rest in the driver's seat, you sit back, you stretch, and you notice that on your control panel there's a little indicator that new software has been uploaded.
Yeah, that.
What's that?
I start to go ahead and start running some diagnostics on that immediately.
Okay, cool. But let's have a check for that. I feel like that might be software.
Yeah.
Or electronics.
Yeah, those are things I don't have. So let's
will-
just go straight intelligence. How about
Intelligence is good. You could also use drive, because I think that counts as a larger, higher 30,000 foot view of what that skill means.
I mean, it's all about the same. So it's +1 no matter what I do. So it's
No matter
a 15.
what you do.
It's a 15 though. These new
Cool.
Greenleaf Geek dice haven't let me down so far on the first one.
All right.
So we're okay. We're okay.
Greenleaf Geek coming in hot with a 15 off the rip. All of your standard diagnostics, problem checking software come back 5x5 green. No problems. Nothing's being flagged as a virus, as malware. Seems good to you.
Mm-hmm. If I am looking for more stuff, though, in all of this, like, Galen would be kind of trying to figure out, like, because the transponder, like, did Mox show Galen the transponder as well?
I don't believe I explicitly said I did.
Okay. So,
I will. But I didn't already say I did.
going a little bit further, pulling on this thread a little bit further and all like that, if there's new software in there, like, Galen knows this game a little bit. So, like, is he looking for, like, a transponder software or something that can help kind of guide through? So, like, because in his mind, he doesn't know if those drones that first tried to herd us were AI, like automaton kind of deal, or if somebody was, like, driving them. And given what Dog has told him so far about this place and what he's observed, he's extremely paranoid that it could be a version of autonomous vehicle. And so he's going to look and kind of dig a little bit deeper in there to see if that's like a hailing frequency, almost, to use naval terms.
All right. So you are digging into, like, what the transponder actually is and what it's doing.
From the software perspective, because he doesn't know about
From
the
the
hardware.
software.
Yeah, he's trying to think, like, maybe there's some
I'm with you.
gate key or something that they just ended up picking up here. If that's what that is, like, he's bothered by this because something was installed without him knowing it, and he expected it, but he's still kind of like
investigation.
Yeah.
Investigation to put the puzzle pieces together and see what you can find based off all of your experience.
12.
Okay. You are seeing the edges of this thing. You're seeing a couple puzzle pieces, but you're not sure what the picture looks like. What you are fairly confident of is that this is a one-way signal out. This is displaying who you are for other people to read. It's not doing anything to your vehicle.
Okay, so figuring that part out, Galen's like, all right, we got a golden ticket here. Like, because one of the things that we negotiated was clearance to get through this on runs. So in his head, that's pretty damn golden. Because it's a trick he's used himself. So
exactly.
He's loving this part of it.
And you also put together a detail from a couple sessions ago when you were putting on that show, especially combining that with some of the information you picked up in the facility currently. You you've got that gut feeling that everybody in this facility, in the Dust Jockey organization, they are clearly communicating with Quantcoms.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to you that from just a purely operational standpoint, from a tactical operational standpoint, if there are multiple teams of killers in the desert, they are going to be able to communicate who they are as safe vehicles versus target vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
And everything you are seeing right now tells you that that's what this transponder is for. Your gut says there might be something else, but you're not seeing it. But nothing is screaming to you, oh my God, this is a problem.
Right. So we're going to have to play the game a little bit longer here and see what we can do.
Yeah.
I'm willing to take that as Galen's, Galen's willing to kind of take that bet for a little bit.
So that was you. That was Galen kind of poking at the transponder, kind of looking around. There is still this other part of the software that was installed, and it was separate from the transponder.
Okay.
You checked it out. Nothing came back as a virus or malware or anything. You feel like those checks were solid. Mm-hmm. Your operating system hasn't failed before. Did you want to see what that software was?
Yeah.
It's an updated map. You pop it up. It gives you a super in-depth tactical overlay of all of Dust Jockey territory.
Oh.
You are able to see hidden routes through mountains that appeared to be solid rock. You were able to see shortcuts, some underground tunnels that they've found and or built or built up. You've got kind of overlays of some of their surveillance aerial teams, like their normal tactical sweeps and patterns that they follow. You've basically got all of the information about how to get anywhere crisscrossing Dust Jockey territory in the fastest way possible.
If anybody is near the door to Bernadette and all like that, or inside, you just kind of hear Galen under his breath go, "God damn, we're gonna make the Kessel run in 12 parsecs. Hell yeah."
Was that Star Wars reference?
You goddamn right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Galen gets up out of the seat and kind of walks a little lighter because, like, in his mind, like, despite not getting paid, like, he sees the possibilities in all of this. Like, okay, maybe today wasn't such a bad day as it turned out to be. There's a lot of possibility now in their future endeavors. So he's looking at this like it's an investment in future things.
Mm-hmm. So all of this is going on. And then let's get to Drall.
Oh.
So Drall, you had decided to find a nice little corner and take a look at the map that was put on your glow by Mercury, and really dig in. Really try to find if something doesn't line up, if the corners don't line up, if the room is too long or too short. You really wanted to focus on this one. You're of course aware of what the rest of your party's doing. Oh yeah, they're talking about the thing on the vehicle. Okay, fine. I'm busy. You are laser focused. You are hyper focused. You are dialed in. All of your experience as a courier, all of your experience in espionage, in being sneaky and suspicious, firing on all cylinders. And through observation, you see that you are in a big vehicle bay, a big garage, multiple vehicle bays. The Winnebago's in one of them. There are maybe 24 or so total vehicle bays in this garage. Each has like a big, massive garage door that would come up and a tunnel that the vehicle could go out on. You know you're underground, so the tunnel is going to kind of come up at an incline and then crest into the desert itself. And the vehicles that are in here are nothing special. Not every bay is full. Maybe half of them, including the Winnebago. Some of them just look like transport vehicles, regular trucks. None of them are sticking out to you as weird or special in any way. But as you are poking at the map, as you are comparing what's on your glow to the physical room you are in, you find that one spot that doesn't add up. And you go over there, you take a look. You kind of walk away from the group for a second. There's in the far corner of the garage, the wall just doesn't look right. The wall that you're physically seeing looks just like it doesn't go along with what's on the map. The map shows that these should be some like exterior support walls, but the wall you're seeing much more looks like a normal inside non-load bearing wall. It just doesn't feel right to you. So you start poking at it and you start looking around, and maybe you pause once or twice and look back around. No one's paying attention to you. No one's really looking at you. But after a few minutes, you find clearly, well, not clearly, very well hidden, but clearly to you, because now you've been focusing all your attention on it, a hidden door panel.
So as Drall is kind of like inspecting this and then looking over her shoulder and seeing that they're very consumed with something she very much does not understand. She's like, I'm going to make myself useful. And so she's poking around. And then she has the thought, as she would usually have the thought, to go on ahead alone, because that's the way we know it to be done. And she goes to further inspect it, stops, puts her glow to her head. Fuck. Walks over very politely with the glow in her hand. Hey, hey guys. I see you're kind of doing something right now. It looks super important, but I have no clue even what that could be. But I do have a clue about some other stuff. So you know how I said earlier that the map didn't line up with the layout? And she just throws her hand out and goes, that wall's fucky. Can we,
Fucky.
It just doesn't, it's, what more do you want me to say? It's fucky. It's like, it doesn't go there. It's like, hey, I'm the guy, I'm the odd man out. I'm not actually a wall. I'm just pretending to be a wall like these other guys because I think it's a cool thing to do. But it's pretty clear he's trying too hard because it's fucky. It's just, can you come look at it with me?
I think it would be smart if one of us goes with you, just to make sure that we're not super suspicious.
Yeah, no doubt. I who wants to invest in Operation Fucky Wall?
God damn, that's a hell of a title. Yeah, okay. You done convinced me. You don't gotta lay it on too thick. You ain't gotta sell it too hard. Let's go. Come on, let's look at this wall.
Hell yeah. We'll be right back. Okay, so look at this. And she hands the glow.
Yeah.
See that? And she looks you directly at it. It's fucky, right? Like, look, it's not this. It's not the same.
Yeah, that don't seem right. Is there an update?
So, Dog, now that Drall has shown you this and pointed it out to you, you can not clearly see, but you can kind of make out, okay, so on this wall, what looks to be like a seam of these maybe cement poured slabs, that's actually a door seam. It's not just the space between cement bricks or whatnot. So you can clearly, not clearly, but you can say, okay, that should be a door seam. It probably goes that way. You start poking around.
Yeah,
you stumble across a little door pad, a little buttony door pad. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, okay.
There's buttons if you want to push them.
Yeah, that's probably a better idea than what Dog was going to do. Okay. Yeah.
Were you going to get out that big ass machete?
Please, God.
Can we play a little what if here? Because I'm really curious.
You're going to have to wait for the Disney Plus release of that one.
God damn it.
Which will then be changed 3 times during its digital run.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you've got a rough outline of a door. You found a little hidden door pad.
Mm-hmm.
Looks pretty standard. Looks very standard for what you've seen here in the facility as you've been walking around.
It's got buttons with the numbers on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0.
Yeah.
The pound star. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there like sand, dirt underneath us?
Sure. Yeah, you're in a garage. There's stuff coming off the tires.
So is it like, can I get a handful of it? I think this on a cop show.
Absolutely, you can do that.
Okay. Dog's going to lean over, pick up a hand of dirt, dust, sand, whatever, and just onto the keypads. Somebody might have had jam hands, and maybe we can see what this code is. Eh?
Roll
All
for
right.
jam hands.
Roll. Okay, so we're not going to roll for jam hands, but we are going to do a check to see if you can figure out the code. Because the dust does stick to it. The dust does stick to some of the keys.
Can I see fingerprints?
You can't see fingerprints, but you just see that some of the keys have been used more frequently. Very classic spycraft here. This is how the professionals do it.
Points for Dog.
So I think an underworld check could maybe help you guess some of these numbers or what the code might be.
Oh, it's a bad one.
You could also, the two of you are there, so you could work together on this.
Please assist me.
I was about to say, can she just lean over just ever so quietly while you're focusing on this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got it?
I'm going to say that Dog doesn't got it because Dog has a -2 to charisma, believe it or not, and rolled a 2. So I effectively rolled a 0. Not
right.
even a 1.
So you see the numbers. If you're looking at them, you've got the 0, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 have all been all have some dust stuck to them from some jammy fingers.
As I see this, is it possible for me to gently put
0,
my hands on his shoulders and just slowly move it back?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's.
Yep.
It's all good.
I'm gonna help me.
Can I put my hand on his wrist and use his finger to press the proper buttons if I make my check?
I like that it has to be my hand.
Yes.
You can't press it. It has to be my hand.
Yes, this is we're
They
just
could collect it.
we're just
All in the cloud.
we're putting so many references in this episode tonight that this is very much the pottery scene. You're casually, tenderly helping him find these right numbers. You're just working together,
girl.
There's no danger, which is a totally normal thing to say. Yeah. What? Drall, give me an underworld check.
$28.
Yes, you are able to. Yeah, you're able to figure this one out. This is easy peasy. It's so obvious to you.
We're gonna bring in like 5 fingers for this. This is a 5-finger magic, not a 1-finger magic.
So you key in the code, which please tell our listeners what we all know the code is.
It's boobs, right?
Oh, it's not boobs.
How do you know the? How do you know the password?
80085?
How do you know the password to our Christian Minecraft server?
Yeah, and the Valheim server too. Jesus.
And the Valheim server, yeah.
Don't say it out loud on the internet.
Oh man,
It's the purpose.
so many people are watching this right now. Yes, clearly the code is 8675309.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that one's better than.
Yeah,
Never would have guessed it, except I did.
I'm
Dog out.
all right. So you key it in, and the door slides open.
Can we give like a little fist bump, Drall and I? Teamwork. We did it.
Ow.
Don't say it too loud. We did it. Yeah.
And
Well, I took care of your wall problem.
You're not leaving, right? Again, there's like now a hole in the wall that I need to.
You got to be more
explore.
specific with the termage in your contracts.
Fuck. Okay, switch out.
But I'll tag along.
Thank you for your charity.
all right. So the door is now open in front of you. Are you just gonna stick your head through? Are you gonna walk through? Is anybody else gonna come with you?
Hey guys.
I'll go with you.
I don't think Mox and I can hear them at this point, can we?
No.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
Should we get their attention?
Yeah, probably.
Are there other people? Are there other people standing around?
So there were a couple of facility workers bouncing around on some of these different vehicles, some that were wearing more what you would expect to be typical mechanics gear coveralls, but none of them are hovering over your shoulder. None of them are in your vicinity. None of them are giving you a second glance.
We should probably go walk over to them and tell them instead we didn't come up with a code word or nothing. And I can't really scream, "Hey, get over here."
And you could, but it'd be bad ideas.
That's
Okay,
my
all
that's
right.
my instinct too, but I feel enlightened right now. I'm not going to do that. Man.
Walk over to them. Do we walk over to them? Hey guys.
Okay.
You know the fucky wall? It's now a dank hole. So, and we've added a question mark to the end of that because I'm not really sure what's on the other side. I just know that it's a hole. And I think that we should probably go look at it like, together as a unit. Ah!
I mean, what do you guys think? Should we go down the random fucky hole that Drall found in the wall?
Galen, you feel like the others are doing anything totally abnormal, like some weird operation with a strange code name? I'm getting a strange code name vibe in my head.
We smash cut back to inside the Winnebago where Mox and Galen are just kicked back listening to some music. Nothing really crazy going on.
I don't think everyone appreciates how hard you and I work, Galen.
No,
Truly.
no, of course not. But I am getting some codename fucky vibes happening right about now. Yeah.
You too?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't just me. I thought
Yeah.
something was a little off or something.
You got a pistol or you just got the long rifle?
Yeah, I got a pistol.
Okay,
I
we
mean, I'm
may
not
we may
good
need
with
it by
I
the
got
end
one.
of the day.
Wait, I thought we were all friends and we were going to be leaving here amicably as soon as possible. Why we need a pistol?
Well, if there's some fucky shit happening, who knows?
I always get nervous when there are strange code names. It's never good.
Right?
It's never like Operation Super Secret Get Some Pancakes, you know?
It's never Operation like chocolate or anything like that. It doesn't work that way.
Why is it never, you know what, while they're off doing whatever they're doing, just an idea, Operation Chocolate. Throwing that out there.
You know what? I like that idea. And he goes to get up and like starts heading off into the like in the direction of the commissary.
Yes. Going with.
we lock up the Bago. Just boop boop.
Bee's gonna roll her eyes, shake her head, and turn heel to go meet up with Dog and Drall. You guys ready? We're gonna have to be sneaky.
This is Dog inconspicuously leaning up against the wall.
Real good. All right, so we've got Drall, Dog, and Bee going over to investigate the door, and Galen and Mox are going to go get pancakes,
Chocolate.
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 chocolate chip pancakes.
Ooh, even better.
Okay, yeah, I'm hungry now. We're good. Yep.
All right, so the three of you who are going over to the door, how do you want to approach this? Do you want to? Yes, it was a secret door, but now that you have the code, you can just open it. It's a regular sliding door, like you have seen plenty of times walking through this facility for the last few hours that you've been here.
I'm gonna look for a light switch.
That is on the pad. That is on the keypad.
Drall doesn't really tech is not her thing, so she just goes,
Pushes all the buttons.
light.
All right, so remember those running lights? Remember those running lights that illuminated the walkway when you first came in out of the desert? That's what turns on. And it's a very nicely well-designed, artistic little thing. The lights kind of spring out on the LEDs from the pad you're on and run down to the floor and do a little do-do-do-do-do-do, and then spread out, leading you forward. These running lights illuminate a little metal walkway, like a grating catwalk kind of walkway. And then you can see that there are spiral steps leading down. And that's where the lights go.
So unnecessary.
She fancy.
Anything else look fucky in here, or are we just going down the stairs?
Let's fucking go.
All right.
I don't want to look at anything too closely. This whole place gives me the willy.
Just- Will you two do me a favor?
Hmm?
Don't smash the wall pads like that again. If you need help turning on the lights, just say something.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
It's not really my thing, so
Clearly.
trying to hide it and be cool about it, but anything without it, go boost.
It just called her right out. That's so rude.
Amazing.
So you walk down the steps, and it is like a flight. It's very quick. And you get to the bottom of the stairs, and before the lights even flick on, you can tell that you are once again in a very big room. You've got that sense of space around you that kind of echo to your steps. You can tell the airflow is a little bit different. And as you walk to the bottom of the steps, you've got that scene from all the movies coming into a big warehouse where the lights click on in sequence, illuminating down the length of what is a real long room. And you realize that you are underneath the garage bay that you were in before. So this is like level 2. And you see that as opposed to the floor above you that had maybe 24 garage bays, this one might have 50 or 60 garage bays. And as opposed to that top level above you where they were maybe half full of like just regular trucks and cars, every one of these spaces is full. And every one of these vehicles is kitted for war. You are seeing armored transports. You are seeing gun platforms. You are seeing weapons mounts. You are seeing heavy duty industrial, no flat tires. These are the big old trucks that just run over people and then start shooting. The whole bay is full of them.
I have a feeling we weren't supposed to find this.
I don't think you need this to grow cereal indoors.
Or grow forests.
All of you also see 2 other things. You're taking this all in. First off, you see that there's the stairs keep going down. There's another set of stairs, if you wanted to. Also, not tied to these vehicles, not mounted to these vehicles, but there are trailers, maybe between every other vehicle bay, and you can clearly see vehicle mounts. And it's pretty obvious that these war vehicles can also pull these big trailers. What's on the trailers, they're all identical. You can the only comparison you have are like big fuel pods, like big spherical fuel pods mounted in like a suspension mount so that they don't shake all over the place. But as soon as you think of that, you say, well, why would we need fuel pods? Everything runs on E121. and those are the thoughts you have as you are standing here.
I also have the wonder of whether or not we are being surveilled right now, and whether or not we should record and or get visual evidence of what we are seeing.
So B definitely noticed all of the surveillance equipment in the facility.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not immediately and not to the degree that Galen and Mox did based on experience, but they would have pointed it out and you would have seen the little video modules and recording knobs and things. And if you look around, you see them down here, 100%.
Start streaming to twitch.tv/dog for our safety.
Taking a page out of Youth book, huh?
No. Whoa.
There's no workers down here. There's no sirens. The lights lit up and you can see everything, and that's it.
Shall we take a page out of Dog's book and walk around like we don't know what the fuck we're doing?
We'll walk around like we do know what we're doing. They'll be like, oh, they belong here.
Oh, is that what you were doing? Okay.
Yeah. Chest out, shoulders back, strut your stuff. Walk like a mechanic.
So I had my glow out, right? Looking at the the map. Is it possible for me to stealthily open up whatever equivalent camera app there is and record it while it's snooked under my arm?
Sure.
I think I want to do that.
Okay. Why don't you roll a stealth check? This is not to see if you can do it. You can absolutely do it. This would be for the observation of anybody who might be watching.
14.
Okay. Well, you flip open your video app. You start taking some videos. Feels stealthy to you. You've done this kind of thing before.
Fuck yes, I'm invisible. In her mind, that's what's going on. Like she's walking around and she is all caps in her brain. Fuck yeah, gonna get that. That's fucked up. That's fucked up too. Yeah.
All right. So the three of you are walking around this floor of the garage. It's exactly like I described all the way down. 50, 60 of these massive war vehicles. They're not exactly tanks. They're not exactly like off-road vehicles. It's some weird hybrid kind of thing. You know how when you were walking around the facility, you're like, oh, wow, this is very interesting technology that's all kind of custom, and I can identify the parts of it, but the way it's put together are kind of unique. Same thing with the vehicles. They're clearly heavily armored, heavily weaponed vehicles, but they're not like anything you've seen before. This is not an off-the-shelf model. These are not stock parts. Everything has been modified, but everything is uniform. That's the big pickup here. As opposed to that very first gang of skull-faced poor individuals that you destroyed in the desert when finding Mox, where everything was just ramshackle, slapped together with tape and zip ties. These are all clean, well put together, uniform, amazing pieces of technology.
Did Mercury, was he wearing a turtleneck by chance?
No, he was wearing like a button-up shirt, but it was like unbuttoned down to.
Are you worried he's a vampire?
I do want to know where this line of question is going, but I also don't.
Oh, come on!
No, let's cut back to the cafeteria. Galen and Mox, what are you
Is he growing garlic here? Is that one of the plants that is grown, or is it suspiciously absent?
No, guys.
I'm so sorry, Caleb.
DM.
I need a second. How's this pancake trip going?
Galen, I think I can say Operation Chocolate, raving success.
Oh,
Stuffs
absolutely.
another.
I feel like we're being a little negligent, probably. They seem to have been gone for a while. I'm not that broken up about it, but if you want to do something, Mr. Responsible, I'm just pitching it out there.
We should probably go save them from whatever hell they got into, shouldn't we?
Hell, there's other people and that crew. Some kind of hell.
Rude.
I will say, though, that Dog has a way of just, like, stumbling his way to success sometimes. It's amazing. I've only seen it, like, one other time.
So do we, like, stay out of their way? And just, like, let whatever happens, happens? let the dominoes fall, and have some chocolate. You want another?
Well, I mean, I think we take this one to go and maybe not quite helicopter parent them, but we maybe provide some air cover to them just in case.
And leftovers.
The scrawny little Mox takes 2 more chocolate pancakes and rolls them up. One in each hand.
Yeah, roll
and just-
pancakes.
Oh, I love the thought that we stepped in a pile of shit so big that from underground that they up in the commissary, floors above. They're like, something.
It's just after a little while we look. After a little while we look at our watches and stuff like that, and just kind of go, we haven't heard anything.
Like someone in the chat said, it's like when your pets or kids are too quiet for too long.
Right.
It's wild.
All right, so
It was Wild who said it, yeah.
I am
As one of the pets or children.
Yeah.
routinely.
all right, so the three of you that are down here, you've been wandering around. You've taken some stealthy videos. You have identified that there is at least another level down that you could go. Yet, no one has bothered you. No one has set off any alarms. There's no flashing lights. No one's pinging you on your glow in any communication way. You're just floating around by yourself.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
We've already stepped in it. We might as well just keep going with the stank.
Yeah, it's best to cover your entire body in the stench, so let's go!
Yeah.
All right, so you go down another level.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So again, exactly like the first time, you walk down the steps, the running lights illuminate. You walk into a big cavernous room. You hear those lights chunk, 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 chunk. And it is copy and paste the floor above you. Another 50, 60 bays of these war vehicles and the fuel pods, fuel tankers, whatever they are.
How similar it is to upstairs. I'm pretty sure B is going to literally gawk, turn around, and go back upstairs. It is already this is danger territory.
Definitely gonna follow you while saying, why do they need this many? Or at all?
I
Where-
mean,
Where'd they get all these materials?
What the fuck?
if they're growing a forest, I'm sure they think people are gonna come after them, but I don't know if that's the full story now. Where do you think that stuff we gave them's going then?
Now, yeah.
I'd like to call Drall on the glow if we can get a hold of her this far down in the... As we're walking back with rolled up pancakes, just kind of munching along, just languidly, let's make a phone call and see if we can do it.
You grab your glow to connect and make the call, and it starts to dial, and then the call fails.
Fair.
But the map function kicks in and shows you a do you want to go to that location, and starts giving you directions.
It's an odd function for this glow. He's looking down at it like that's never done before. And he kind of does this sort of thing and shows Mox, and it's like, the fuck are they at?
And when you look at it, it's still the garage. It's the garage where you were with the Winnebago. The little ping is still there.
Oh, they went back to the garage. Must have been looking for us.
I guess so. Let's make it back. We should eat the evidence before we get back there.
Mom thought exactly.
Uh-huh. Oh, yep. I'm with you. Good idea.
Enemies for life.
You don't know.
All right, so those two are going back to the garage. The three of you that were in the garage, you went down a level. It was exactly the same. You went back up to that first lower level. Do you stay there and hang out for a little bit? Do you go back up to the Winnebago? What do you do?
I think we go back. It's trucks.
I can only look at wheels for so long.
You seen one truck. It's a bunch of them trucks.
I got the willies. I want pancakes.
All right, so the three of you come back up through this secret door. The garage where you were before is exactly the same. You know, there's not more vehicles, there's not less vehicles. It's the garage. You've only been gone for like 5 minutes. And as you are walking back, 30 seconds, minute later, Galen and Mox walk in.
Sorry about that. We had to go back to the commissary.
Did you bring anything for us?
No, we just needed to check out for a second, and we can get on the road now. As he kind of like wipes his hands on his pants and stuff like that, like nonchalantly.
Noted. I see you.
I'll buy you a beer later.
2.
Now, don't go pushing your buttons now.
And with all of that being said and done, with the group back together, are we going to hang out here longer? Are we going to leave and head back to Solace? What are we going to do?
Let's get the fuck out of here. Dog is done with this place.
Not only that, but I don't think we should, talk about what we found until
Not here.
we're away.
Not here. Not here at all.
Sorry. What we found? We should go. Maybe
It's been a lovely time, everyone.
Thanks for the cheese.
Thank you.
There's one person working on a car like 3 bays down, and they're like, okay, you're welcome.
Keep working hard, Roger.
Happy fixing.
You too, buddy. Gives you the thumbs up.
Not suspicious at all.
Remember, there's no danger.
Totally normal.
Totally normal thing to say.
Looks over at
So,
Max.
yeah.
The fuck is going on? And then he gets in the cockpit and starts up the Winnebago.
Yeah. Winnebago starts up fine. All engines green. All systems green. You're good to go. As the Winnebago roars to life, the, again, running light style illuminate the drive tunnel in front of you, again, sloping up to the surface. Since you're underground, you can move up at speed. The doors slide open, and you're back out on the desert floor.
Yeah.
It is early evening at this point. The sun is starting to come down. We've got those nice, vibrant dark blues and purples kind of shooting across the sky as the sun's setting. You've got this very picturesque landscape around you with the desert, all of the vistas and rock formations, and you're driving away from an experience.
That's saying it, definitely.
Yeah.
I think we need to pull off when we get like about halfway between this area and Solace. I think we need to make a pit stop and pull that tracker off.
Sure.
Can we also check for bugs on the inside of the Winnebago, just in case?
Smart.
Because I do feel like if they're going to surveil everything, that they'd be also surveilling us inside of our whip. Like, we can think that we're just small fry, but
We got to do some debriefing too. We tell you what we saw. Y'all tell us what you saw. I know y'all were really at it and getting some good info.
Yeah, looking at Galen, we had a fairly successful operation.
I
Unfortunately,
would say yes.
nothing really to throw for it at the end. It was all kind of, we had it in our grasp, and then with your
We were the distraction for whatever you guys were doing.
yes. No, did anyone bother you while you were doing what you were doing? No, of course they didn't. You're welcome.
Fuck yeah, high five.
All right. So
what about you all?
can we do some rolls here to look for stuff first here? So to pull off the tracker, well, you come across it. You could come a couple different ways. You could try to use electronics or engineering to remove it or kind of break into it. We could also, if anyone feels like they're hackers, we could use some software checks.
I have high electronics engineering, and that's about it.
Mine is electronics.
Okay. I can go for engineering. My software is going to be shit, though. Drall, do you have any software?
Yeah, no, tragically, no. I left it in my other pants.
Oh, damn.
I can point you to a fellow who's not a software developer, but god damn it, he will sure try.
Yeah, so it really just depends on the approach you want to take. If you want to, like, would want to try to jack into the device and disrupt it, that would be more of a software check. If you are just trying to physically dismantle it, engineering.
Let's dismantle this and put it on one of the critters out here. I think that'd be funny.
I like it.
Okay.
It's got an elegance to it.
It'll show
Okay.
up on their radar.
All right, give me a check.
I rolled 15 with 5 in engineering, so that's a 20. Dirty.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. So you are able to pop this thing off. It had, again, this is off the shelf tracker. So there was kind of like a self stick on the bottom, and then some little metal clamps that would screw down with an Allen wrench. It's super easy to scan it with your glow and make sure it's not connected to another power supply, not wired into the Winnebago systems themselves, and just kind of pry it off and do whatever you want with it.
Anybody see an armadillo or anything around here? Or a cactus?
Oh yes, the notoriously fast-moving cactus.
It is getting into evening, which means nocturnal wildlife is starting to come out. Bee's very familiar with all of this. They're probably not going to be in the immediate radius of the Winnebago because they're probably going to steer away from a big vehicle with lights, but
Hey, how's Argo? Is he good at chasing stuff?
I mean, he's not bad at it. But I mean,
Rustle up a critter without killing it?
I'll go with what you think. You think you could find something out there? Something smells good? Hey, boy. Hey, you think you could find something? Maybe just bite it and bring it on back to us. Yep, don't kill it. Argos, right here, buddy. Don't kill it. All right?
nope. Shakes his head. Would never do that.
That's a good book. Wait, did he say that?
No.
I am going to have a very different relationship with this dog here.
No longer can venture into the bathroom with you.
Yeah, I mean, we need to talk about some things that I've said in front of you and done in front of you.
You suddenly remember that you completely lost track of Argos the entire time you were in the facility. What was happening?
He's got all the real info.
No, he's giving you the regular signals that you're used to, that he's understanding your instructions and he will follow them.
So what would I need to roll for Argos to hunt something down?
Why don't we? Wow, man, this feels like a survival check.
All right.
A survival check modified by Argo's skill die, which is a D8.
$15 on the D20 and a 6 on the D8.
Wonderful. So, Argos is going to be successful, but it's going to take a minute. So while Argos trots off into the deepening twilight of the desert, and you occasionally hear like a little scramble of something and like a metallic clicking and clacking.
Every time one of those sounds happens, Mox, whatever he was doing, just like bolts Prairie Dog straight upright and just gets this very worried, wide-eyed, concerned look. Pulls his glow out to make sure everything's good with Argos and pops it back.
Still all systems green. So Argos is out hunting. The rest of you are still here at the Winnebago. So that was the tracker. B had also wanted to look for
any internal bugs inside the Winnebago. Just in case. Just, a little suspicious.
So I think this can be an electronics check to scan with your glow based on your experience of these types of devices.
Can Mox assist with that?
Absolutely.
Please. I got a 19, 14 on the die, 5 on the sheet.
Cool.
A 29.
Jesus Christ.
He has a plus 14 in electronics.
Oh, God.
All right. You find two sets. One of them was super easy and obvious and off the shelf, just, pull it off out of the little blister pack and stick it in the corner. But then you also find a much better hidden secondary set of just audio recording, not visual. The ones that were super obvious were in there was one in the cockpit and then one in kind of the middle of the bus where the eating area, kind of the social area is. And then as the two of you were digging around, kind of double checking each other, looking at things, that's when Mox finds this second one, just a single one, just audio only, really well hidden, really well camouflaged within one of the like recessed lights in the Winnebago. Yep. Yeah. So you did that thing where like you unscrewed it and you kind of found it in the threads of the light bulb.
Has B deactivated the video one?
Of course. Yes.
Yeah, I'll say that's all part of that check.
Deactivating.
So as soon as, or after B deactivates it and Mox pulls out this one, he's going to hold a finger to his lips and pull his glow out and type on it and turn it around, and it just says, just play along before we destroy it.
So, I'm glad we got out of there. Got out of there. Hey, it seems like we're going to be working for some people wanting to do some good things,
Yeah. You're planting a whole forest and helping people. I couldn't see anything wrong with that place. I really like it there.
Super refreshing and accommodating, not to mention comfortable.
And good cheese.
Yeah.
And good chocolate pancake, I would assume. I heard they had great chocolate tip. I heard it in the rumor mill while I was there. Well,
Commissary is real nice, yes.
Yeah. That Janice girl's nice.
Oh, yeah.
Real honest.
Girl.
Hot.
guess that we should be settling down for the for the evening here soon. Well, before I head to bed, go clean the old rifle.
And Mox is going to set the listening device on the ground outside of the Windy Bagel and just lowers the pistol right at it and go,
Oh, I've always been terrible at doing the...
and blasts it.
Yep. Wonderful. Okay. So about the time you're done with all of that, Argos comes trotting back up, and in his jaws he has... It's not an armadillo. It's kind of like a really big rodent, but it's got some armored skin, like tougher skin on it.
Oh, yeah,
You've seen this kind of thing before. It's not
One of the things-
uncommon. Yeah, it's just one of those things.
That's a good boy. You did so good. Don't let it go. Don't let it go.
He's holding onto it.
Good. Yeah, that's good.
And it's struggling. Like its little legs are.
No.
Now, while it's struggling in Argos's mouth, B is going to strap the tracker to it
Sure.
around its belly
Yeah.
as carefully as possible. And then pat Argos on the head. And
Argos drops it. The thing kind of tumbles over itself, gets up, does a little animal shake, and scampers off into the desert, squeaking and complaining the whole time. You've definitely been cursed out in weird mutant rat squeaks.
Not the first time. I'm a scavenger.
Of course not.
Hey, Mox, what does Argos take for treats? Are these nuts and bolts okay?
Well, I was trying to put him on a bit of a diet, didn't want him to. I mean, yes, of course, that's fine.
Chubby around the middle. All right. So anything else y'all want to do out here in the desert before you head back to Solace?
Feel like we should have our meeting outside. Just quick.
Go for it.
I don't know. What do you guys think? I might be just a little too suspicious, but after finding, the brand things and then knowing that they also make stuff and finding that other bug, I don't know what to think, and I don't feel safe anywhere around this Winnebago. I'm sorry.
I don't
hurt.
freaking blame you.
I'm sorry. Bernadette's wonderful, and I love her, and she's beautiful, but they did stuff to her, and I don't trust it.
He puts just one hand on the outside of the Winnebago, and she's like, "It's okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be
We'll
okay,
fix her
Bernadette."
up. We clearly are finding the stuff, but we got shit to tell you guys.
We could always wait till my place. I know that's secure.
Is this a confession or what are we what are we talking about here?
We got shit to show you too, and I think maybe going to Drall's is the best place. We can park Bernadette at my place if you want.
She shakes the glow. Yep, all here.
All right, let's get on back to Solace then.
Let's motor on.
Yep. All right, everybody in the Winnebago, let's go.
So you get back in, you head back to Solace. No trouble on the drive back. You pull into the parking spot you had before. Bill's there hanging out. Gives you a friendly wave.
Hey, Bill.
How you been?
Oh, we've been pretty good. How you been? How was last run?
Not bad. Blew a tire outside the Plex, but got it fixed. No trouble.
Oh, sound good. Well, we be back in a little bit. Hey, if you gonna hang out over here, and he's hoping that Bill's already set up his lawn chair and everything like that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. He hands him a half drank bottle of bourbon, and he says, "Do you mind just keeping a lookout on that thing for me? We gotta go have a little meeting in the city."
We're a team.
Sure. Yeah, my pleasure.
All right, appreciate.
You take care now.
All right, man. We'll see you later.
and you head to Drall's place.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. You go through Solace. Solace is lit up for the nightlife right now. This is when Solace comes alive. So bright neons, kind of clashing colors and sounds. It's just a cacophony of life. And all of you are really struck by the vast difference between this facility you were just in. Very clean, very clinical, very orderly. Everyone's doing their job. No one's appears to be forced. No one appears to be coerced, but everyone's just focused and working. And then you get to Solace, and Solace is just utter chaos compared to where you just spent a few hours.
Yeah.
Everyone is talking to each other, different volumes, little tussles here in the corners, yelling for things that they're selling, arguing, negotiating. There's life up and down this massive canyon that is full of this city that has been created from all of these outsiders. It's just a very stark difference of people thriving out here in the desert. Y'all say hi to a couple people here and there as you walk past, but no one stops you, no one accosts you, and you can head back to Drall's place. Easy peasy.
Mox has a really quick interaction that only takes like 8 seconds to exchange a few souls for a pack of cigarettes. Just literally, like, without even breaking stride, just dropping or just transferring the credits, grabbing a pack, tapping it out, putting one behind his ear, pulling another out, and then the pack.
There are kids.
Over to me.
Yeah, there's kids that like just run around selling stuff, like candy stripers, like the people that sell things, the concession stands in sports arenas. They're just walking around with trays of stuff. So like you can easily just motion at a kid. They run up next to you. They hand you a thing. You hand them a thing. Done. Other than that, head back to Drall's place. No issues.
B is going to be a little paranoid. Like, a lot of paranoid.
Oh, yeah.
Before you go into Drall's place, like, she puts her back to her door. Okay. 2 rules. Okay? Shoes off. 2.
You're one of those.
Come on, man. Do you know how hard it is to find time to clean up my space?
Have you seen how nasty boots are?
Pretty fucking gross.
We've smelled yours when you take them off.
See how nasty my feet are?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, baby.
I mean, if we have to take our shoes off, I need to be able to smoke in there just to be able to kill the smell of his feet.
You can. I don't care. Okay.
Fair.
Just
Fine.
get this done. Okay.
What's rule 2?
I don't remember. And she turns around and she lets you guys in.
Shuffling in, taking off my shoes.
Yeah.
As everyone's like shuffling in, taking off their shoes and kind of getting a little comfortable, she pulls out the glow and she holds it to her chest a little bit. She kind of looks around and she kind of tinkers on the wall like she's looking for something, but she knows she's not going to find anything. Okay. Are you guys comfortable? Are you comfortable right now before I like show you? Before we show you this? Are you cool? I'm cool.
B's cross-legged on your bed with the throw pillow. It's like, smoke hanging out of the mouth, like.
Argo sniffs at Dog's boots and whines.
Just that good. Yep.
Galen's just gonna lean up against the wall and just kind of tip his hat down a little bit, like, all right, what y'all find? What's got y'all shook?
Okay. So we went through the fucky wall, right? Which was a fucky hole, which ended up being a fucky warehouse, which ended up being a fucky garage, which ended up being a whole other fucky thing. Here. We'll just show him, right? We'll just show him.
The fucking menagerie.
All right. When you go to show the video, I would like you to call evens or odds.
Odds.
All right. Video plays no problem.
Okay. That was a pucker. Okay, so she sits it and she sees that it's flat, not everyone can see it. She gets over focused on providing the perfect view because she needs something to focus on for her anxiety. So she finds like this big bottle thing and she sets it up and she props the glow up or whatever.
Yeah.
Completely forgetting that it has a kickstand.
And also completely forgetting that you can just plug it into the hollow display of your table.
I could be doing that. What if someone taps into that? We gotta fucking watch it. Gotta fucking watch it. Watch it. Anyway, it's fine. Everything's fine. She said it was fine. This was down there.
Yep. So the video plays, and the two of you see what they saw.
That's a lot of fucking vehicles.
Vehicles, but armored ones with, like tanking capability.
What is that in those trailers?
Oh fuck! She plugs the thing in, and throws it on the.
That's better.
So we see just each of these have a trailer behind them with some cylindrical thing.
The trailers were parked in between every other.
Okay.
Yeah, the trailers were in between every other, and it's like a big rectangular trailer with a suspension mount.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this big spherical pod in the suspension mount so that you can tell when it's rolling over the desert, it's not going to jostle as much. It's going to be geosynchronized, geostabilized.
Just, yeah.
Yeah.
Gyro stabilized.
Gyro. Thank you. That one.
Are those fuel pods?
From what we could tell.
Is that gasoline in there?
Fuel.
Liquid dinosaurs, baby.
It's not what I've seen before or what we usually use.
Oh, I know what that's for. Boom. Boom. Wait.
But
Boom.
what?
Why?
That-
Where? Who?
That's a lot of booms.
There's 2 floors of this, by the way.
What?
Oh yeah.
They're the same layout. Yeah, we checked.
At least 60 plus each floor. I mean,
I got enough for a
setting
small
up.
army down there.
yeah.
An army of robot ninjas. Don't forget about that. That happened too.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Robs.
they're bringing it.
So, and Mox takes a big drag and just exhales through his nostrils as he takes a pause.
The cynical interpretation that I have of this is that our shreddy Mercury friend didn't want to make a better world. He just wanted to make a world where he was on top. The optimistic view is that he does want to make a better world and he's willing to kill for it.
I mean, either way, he's recognizing that whoever he is trying to remove from the top, whether it's for himself or for the betterment of everybody else, that there is going to be a power vacuum. I don't know if he's enforcing it, though.
The real
And
question. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
The real question for me is a little bit along the lines of if, like Solace, like here, if the corporations, they know about it, kind of, right? Maybe they've heard some things. Maybe they even do some dealings here, you know, much like the free states up north. But if you are keeping a place like that off the grid completely, and the corporations are trying, you don't want the corporations to find out about it and things like that, then would you not want to defend it? If you've went and made a utopia?
Did it feel like a utopia to you? Because it kind of felt like we were an invasion of the body snatchers to me.
It depends on your definition of utopia. I've seen worse in corporations, for sure. Used to work for one.
I only have ever grown up in Solace and only ever been out here, so I'm a little out of the loop on everything, but that place was not alive. Had great food, but other than that, those people, that wasn't normal.
That was
Well,
corporate
they did
shit
say
101.
they did say that that particular part wasn't the living area. That was where the people did the work. So, I mean, I would expect the people there to be very focused on the task ahead, but I don't know. That's a lot of firepower.
Yeah. There's a difference between wanting to protect something and being willing to take everyone else down for it. There's no need for that much.
You think it's a Jonestown kind of thing where they just...
Jonestown? Why does that sound familiar?
It's happened before.
Drinking the Kool-Aid.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, heard about that.
Yeah. It's a real question then. But do we have them as allies now? Because we have a way to get through their territory and...
Well, if they are... Wait, way to get through there. Yeah, we have the transponder. Did you find anything else when you were poking around the old Windy Bagel?
I found a map that shows all of their routes and everything like that. See, that's the thing. All right. I didn't want to say any of this while we were there, but none of this makes a goddamn bit of sense, okay? They gave us a map with all of their underground routes and how to get through the canyons without getting into any interference from them or others. All their secret stuff is in the Windy Bagel right now. Bernadette's got it. Assuming that that map is legit, although the best I can tell it is. Then they gave us a transponder that automatically pulses out everywhere that we're going to be to let their people know that we're coming through. I mean, yes, they're but then on the other hand, they're tracking us and shit with stuff. But, you know, maybe they're just as paranoid as we are. Like, you protect it makes no sense. Right. You protect your investments. I get that part of it. Just like we're as paranoid from them, maybe they're as paranoid about us because we did give them the what for in the arena. I don't know. That's just me. Galen is visibly upset and starts pacing, you know, and he starts making the thing from Knives Out. He's like, it just makes no sense. Like,
does the map include the garages that we found by any chance?
No. The map that I got in the Windy Bagel is more of a navigational one. So it's take the 10,000 foot level so we can see the topographics and everything like that. Like
a DLC.
Yeah, it's handy. If this is a true map, this shit's real handy for what we're trying to do, especially if we're smuggling and running.
I think that it makes a lot more sense than you think it does. I personally, I don't think it's paranoia that they tracked us, spied on us, and gave us the maps. I think that we went into that place with a sweet paycheck and left with a collar and a leash.
Mm-hmm.
You chip your dogs. You like to know where they are. You let them know how to get inside through the little dog door. We're on the end of a leash, and whoever's on the other end seems to be a scary motherfucker.
Well, if we don't give them any reason, to yank that leash or make the cage smaller, then we should be fine. Right?
Ideally, yes, but I don't feel good about it. That's for damn sure.
I'd rather be off this leash if it were up to me.
We were promised a lucrative future. However, just like from what I heard corpos do, they gave us pairs of golden handcuffs. I don't know. I don't have any experience with corpos other than the ones that find themselves out here in bum ass nowhere, but this ain't good.
Do we do anything about it, though, is the question.
Can we?
How much of this can we use before it starts biting us in our asses?
As much as we can.
I
Our
mean,
survival.
it's knowledge is power, especially out here. So if we're learning about a potential enemy, then this is the best way that we know how. We can start availing ourselves of certain ways and means to be part of this, or to at least stay on their good graces. The question is, how much more is this going to cost us in the future? This doesn't come free. I understand that we gave up a juicy little payload and a hell of a payday, but
And some reputation.
we can work that back. Because now remember, and Galen is looking at it still again. The convoy before it got to us was attacked too, and if our man on the inside of that place, Shreddy Mercury, is to be believed, he had no clue what the hell that was, and planned on getting us when we came into their territory. So he had no, and in fairness with tactics, he had no reason to go and get the courier. He had to let the courier come to them. So what the hell was that out there? There's so many questions.
Well, and she turns and she laces her fingers, and she's got a moment of calm. She's not manic. She's not being a gremlin. It seems to me as if we have been offered an adventure. We're linked now, guys.
Oh, I say we
Whatever
are.
Whatever comes next, we'll handle it. We will.
Does this mean we're a team for good?
I'm gonna get a fucking patch for my jacket. Yeah?
Oh God, this feels like one of those moments at the end of one of those old television shows where, like, it's this perfectly succinct ending and then the credits start rolling and they're all laughing. Yeah.
Freeze frame high five.
Yeah. Fist in the air.
So the night continues. Y'all chit chat and hang out, socialize a little bit. When everyone finally realizes how worn out they are, like all the adrenaline has burned off now that you've had this conversation, you're all sharing all of these fears and paranoia and all the unknown. You're all on the same page. You realize you're all in this together. You all kind of settle down, and then that post terror tiredness hits you. So everybody can wander off. Does anybody do anything different or special? Anything anybody want to calls anything that anybody wants to call out that they are doing as they are heading off to crash for the night?
Galen will go back to the Winnebago and get prepared and everything like that, and just kind of before he passes out, he'll look at a picture of his wife and kid and him back in the city, and then we'll just kind of lean back in a recliner and just pass the fuck out.
B.
Yep. Bill kept an eye on it for you. No one came by. No one bothered it. Nothing happened. Gave you a salute with the bottle. Told you good night. No problems.
Good.
What's B up to?
B's gonna make a beeline over to Ferdy's house, ask for a change of clothes, and then ask to burn all of the clothes that B wore to the facility, because that is how paranoid B is right now.
So it's late, but it's not past midnight. So you knock on the door, Ferdy. You hear music. You hear voices. Ferdy comes to the door. Tonight they are wearing a very casual but still elegant gown. Think kind of like a 50s era housewife dress, but Ferdy has zhuzhed this one up with kind of clashing patterns but coordinating colors. There's some subtle armor woven into it that you notice because you've helped them figure that out before. So they open the door. Oh, hey, you're back. How was the job?
You're looking artful as always. It was an adventure. I need to borrow some clothes if you have any, if possible. And can I use your incinerator too? I can answer questions after I do all those steps.
So
in order.
Ferdy, as you were saying, can I borrow some clothes? Started to say, of course, you know where the closet. Wait, what now? As you get to the part about the incinerator. What?
I'll explain. Just hold on 1 second, and B's gonna go to closet, change into one of the plainer outfits that Ferdy has, because B knows.
There's Ferdy's closet, but then there's Ferdy's closet, and that's the one you can go to, not Ferdy's closet.
Yes.
And you're fine. You've done this before. Ferdy's taking care of you. You yeah, no problems, whatever. So then you're all changed. You dumped the old clothes in the incinerator. You come upstairs. Ferdy is in their kitchen. There is clearly a gathering. You can hear music. You can hear people talking, but Ferdy is waiting for you specifically, has a sandwich, has a cool iced tea, something non-alcoholic, and is just waiting for you, and is kind of leaning on the counter to check you out, to make sure you're okay, but to also give you the space that you need.
B's gonna walk up, grab the drink and the sandwich, sit on the counter next to Ferdy, and just quietly consume. Take a deep breath. Give Ferdy a really big, firm hug.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like hold back some tears. Do another sigh. And then pull away. Ferdy, I can't tell you right now how much this place means to me and how much you mean to me. I seen some shit. I want to make sure that everybody here stays safe, because you're all my family. I can't give you details right now because it's unsafe, but I just want to let you know that if we have to close up Solace, or if I tell you guys to GTFO, like, we got to make it happen with haste. I can give you more details later, but I'm sorry.
Okay, well, that's a whole lot to bring to the kitchen at this hour of night. But that okay. Let's let's figure it out.
Get it. I needed to see you. I needed to get rid of those clothes. I'm gonna go home, pass the fuck out, figure out what we're doing next. And I'll let you know what's up.
Okay. Well, we'll be here. You can stay here tonight. Do you need to? Would that help? Okay. All right.
My pillow, but thank you.
I understand. If you need to come back, if you need anything, you know where the keys are. You know the door code. Just come on in.
Thanks, Birdie.
You're welcome.
Both cheeks, and I walk off into the night to my house.
All right. Mox and or Dog. What did you two get up to?
Well, Mox, I know, would have, as the others left, excused himself from Drall's, put his shoes back on.
Thank you for the hospitality. 3 in the morning, I'm sure.
And would go to stay with his baby, Dog.
Assuming the room on the couch is still available, I haven't had an opportunity to find myself a spot of my own yet.
Yeah, you got it, baby.
So warm and comforting when you say it.
So when the two of you head back to Dog's place, Dog, you had locked it all down before you left. Everything's still locked. Everything's locked up tight, just like you left it. All those little secret locks and secret pitfall traps you put there to try to trick people. No one triggered them. No one came in.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Dog's still going to check them. Don't.
Sure.
I gotta check my workshop. Can't. Looks good. I'm happy, but
yeah, you can check your workshop. You can check any cameras you have, all your security systems. There's always little kids who are like daring each other to try to get into your shop.
Don't do it, kiddos.
So if you do some video playback, like you see a little group of them, like you go up, you now you do it. And one of them's like trying, like rearing back to throw a rock at one of your windows, and then chickens out.
Yeah.
Another one's about to run up and just touch the wall. The other kid's like, just touch the door. Just touch the door. You're not going to get electrocuted. That was just that last time. It ain't going to happen again. And they're and they can't do it. And they're like, you chicken shit. You owe us 3 cigarettes.
Stay out.
But nothing happens. Everything is fine. No compromises. No one broke in. No one stole anything. Everything is fine.
Good. Well, that being done, that was Dog really wanted to make sure, because I was like, I've seen so much stuff today. Like I gotta, woo. And after that's done, Dog's gonna go to his fridge and grab whatever libation there is before plopping down on the couch or the super cushy recliner chair. Hand one to Mox and just be like, oh, what a day. And then probably fall asleep quickly.
And Mox, like, taking a sip and looking over and seeing that Dog is already out by the time he responded. As the camera pulls away from Mox, Argos comes and rests his head on Mox's lap as Mox is sitting there just burning, chain smoking through cigarettes, and Dogs by Pink Floyd plays, and you can see Mox just mouthing along to one of the refrains. You got to keep one eye looking over your shoulder. You know, it's going to get harder as you get older. And just...
And the camera follows that trail of smoke out of a window, and we find our way back to Drall's place. Drall, what have you been doing after everybody left?
After everyone left, usually she would pace around, tinker with a couple things, check a couple forums, Right now, she's just laying on her bed, the glow beside her, video playing over and over and over with her hands behind her head, kind of staring at the ceiling in a contemplative way. She's never really had anyone. It's always just been her. And it's always safer that way.
Mm-hmm.
And she is thinking to herself, what the fuck have I gotten myself into now? And she replays everything that happened in the day, tries to create new scenarios. What did it come out differently? It all comes back to the same place with us watching a video in her apartment. And she doesn't quite know what to do with herself. She is disassociating in a very, very big way.
And as Drall is laying there, this weight that she's never really felt before is settling over her, and she's really struggling. She's kind of trying to tap into all of her strengths, her survival mechanisms that she's built over the years. And now there's so many new variables, and she's just not sure how to move, how to make the play. Like you said, being solo, it's easy to find the path through what's going on, but now there's all these other liabilities, there's all these other assets, and you're just not sure what to do. And you start to fight sleep out of stubbornness, just because you want to try to figure this out. You got to find the solution.
I've got to overthink this for a little longer.
And then you hit that wall where you are just so frustrated that your body just takes over and kind of forces you to fall asleep. So you're starting to doze off, and you're doing that thing where you pick up your phone because you pick up your glow because you wanted to switch over to something, and you do that thing where you accidentally drop it on your chest, and it kind of wakes you up, jolts you awake, and you go back to I'm not tired, and you go back to what you're doing, and you do it again, and you're trying to focus. I just got to do this one last thing, and then you finally just drop your hand and your glow to your chest, and you take that breath of, all right, my body is telling my mind to sleep, and my body is winning. I get it. And then you hear an alert on your glow. And this is an alert that you haven't heard for years. This is the alert from the job board for all of these gigs that you've been doing, of your reputational standing dropping from a failed job. And that is the last thought, the last thing that is in your brain before you fall asleep.
Damn it.
Nightmares all night. Didn't log any sleep. Wakes up grumpy. My bones hurt. I hate everyone. And this is my fault, and I deserve this.
And I think that we'll leave it on that nightmare moment right there. I think that's just a perfect spot. Let's see what happens next time.
Nothing like some self-loathing to leave the episode with.
I hate myself.
What a great episode, everybody. Yay! All right. So that is absolutely where we will call this episode. Thank you, everybody, for listening. This was a blast. We will pick up right here next time. As we are saying goodbye to everybody, keep in mind that we will be here next week. Same cyber time, same cyber station for Chaos Incorporated. And as we are saying goodbye to everybody's, let's sign out. So Mallo, where can we find you? What are you doing?
You can find me everywhere at the Mallo Man. I am doing a lot of different things these days, including creating a lot more content here for Identico. So stay abreast of that channel and all of our other channels, because some new stuff is coming down the pipe. It might be with an editor right now. So some new stuff before a Catacon, which I will be at this year in November in Dayton, Ohio. It's going to be a good time. So come check us out over there.
Wild.
Yes, hello. I am Wildling011. I have decided to abandon ship on the platform formerly known as Twitter, so you can find me at Blue Skies and everywhere else as well. I'm not doing much right now. I'm just learning a new career. So if you want to know anything or see anything, you can follow me at the Mallo Man and check out all of the really cool stuff that's going on.
All right, Pete.
Yeah. You can find me at playidentico.com, where you can get this wonderful player's handbook and GM screen. Also at the Mallo Man. Stole my thunder.
Lauren.
You can't find me anywhere because I'm a figment of your imagination. So just follow the Mallo Man. Lauren, it's been nice to panic with you.
And Ethan, bring us home.
You can find us online at Thousand Faces Cosplay or Thousand Faces. If you like D&D content, TTRPG talk, or anything like that, our TikTok Thousand Faces is where all of that is. There's currently a video of me hip thrusting the weights of the Baldur's Gate 3 characters going a little viral because
real good.
All of the stupidest shit I do is what gets the attention.
It's real good.
Thousand Faces Cosplay, if you want to see any of that.
And
if you don't, I don't blame you.
No, but also, you know, the D&D info that you drop is great. Great tabletop topics, great advice, good discussion stuff there.
I appreciate you.
And I am on the socials at the Caleb G. You can find me right here for Chaos Incorporated, here and there over on Farm to Fable, and taking up space in the archives over at the RPG Academy. Speaking of which, as Mallo mentioned, Catacon 2023, Dayton, Ohio, November 3rd through 5th. The Kickstarter, as we are live right now, one more day, 127% funded. This is our record for our most funds so far. We are a handful of people away from breaking our record of the most backers so far. So if you're thinking about coming and want to help us break a record so you can claim that title of being a record breaker for us, go over to Kickstarter, get a discounted badge. If not, that's okay, because there'll still be badges available on tabletop.events and at the convention door in November. Come hang out. We're going to get up to some Identico shenanigans and other shenanigans. There's karaoke. There's trivia. There's all kinds of stuff. But that's it, because we're going to leave now. Goodbye. Take care of yourself. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Stay safe. Take your meds. Drink your water. Eat some snacks. Touch some grass. Be nice to yourself. Buy something. Get a cheeseburger. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
Good night, everybody.